we go. All right, welcome back to another edition of Zoom TV for the Bluejays. We've got our former players and a few of our current players today. Some good stuff. So I'm going to introduce these guys from my screen, my top left, which there's two of them in the same screen on mine. So we've got Matthew Lanahan sitting on the left, the far side on my screen. He's from California, and he's currently in California. He was 9-3 in doubles last year. Currently has 21 wins overall and a couple of COVID-shortened year. Next to him is Shin Inoue. Did I say it perfectly?
Perfect.
Shin is from Japan. Unfortunately, was not able to get home for the holiday, so he was staying with the Lanahans, and all's going well there. He was 6-3 in singles this fall, and he has 18 current wins overall. And they're both sophomores. Both those guys are sophomores. Bottom left is Stratton Brown. He's been here for forever now.
Yeah.
He's currently in graduate school from Salina, Kansas. We're actually going to go back to Salina and play a match this spring, so that'll be exciting. He currently has 96 wins overall, 48 singles and 48 doubles.
Sheesh.
Pretty impressive. 15th overall in Creighton Bluejay history with a semester left. Next to him is Billy Paluch from South Dakota, currently residing in Colorado. Billy played from 2009 to 2014, probably the most decorated player we've ever had. 149 wins at Creighton. Was a Reinert Scholar athlete. I think we've only had maybe 3 of those. That's including the scholar part and the athlete part, and only one person at Creighton gets it. And I think that year everybody joked that was the only award that Doug McDermott did not win that year. So
yeah, he got, I don't know, he got shorthanded, I think.
You stole it away from him. Big East and Missouri Valley Conference, because we had switched leagues during, it must have been right before your senior year. Big East and Missouri Valley Conference, all conference player, and Missouri Valley MVP 3 times. Next to him, Armando Gandini. He's currently our graduate assistant. He played 5 years because of COVID, and unfortunately, I didn't write down any of your stats, but I believe you are number 2 or 3 in doubles somehow, and top 10 in overall. Am I right? You're either muted or something's wrong. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
If you say so, that's good.
From the Dominican Republic and currently at home, and his younger brother's a freshman on the team now, so that's exciting. He gets to coach his younger brother. Top right,
Nice.
last but not least, Phil Midden from Florida, currently residing in South Carolina. Comes to watch us play in the Big East tournament every year. Ended with 99 career wins. Couldn't get that one more, but you were so close. That's 13th overall, 60 singles wins at 7th overall, and he hit probably the best drop shot I've ever seen on match point against Southern Illinois at conference to guide us to the team win when we had match point as a team against. I don't know how he came up with that, but I'll never forget it.
That's a good memory.
I can show you the court and the spot on the court where he hit it from. And that was, I have no idea, it was before I started coaching. I was assistant coach. That was probably 26, 27 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was 96. That was my junior year.
There you go. It was good stuff. So I'm going to start with, let's start with Phil, and then we'll go over to Billy, and just let us know what you're up to these days and where you are. I guess I kind of said that, but fill us in on your life post Bluejay stardom.
Sure. Well, thanks for the opportunity. Great to reconnect with you and fellow Bluejays. And so good evening, everybody. Yeah, Phil Midden. I grew up in Florida, well, high school, and then wanted to go to Creighton. Got an opportunity to play tennis and study meteorology. Kind of not a whole lot of schools where you could do that, and found Creighton and was fortunate. Had a great 4 years there, and worked a couple of years as a meteorologist before going back to school. And I've been in the health insurance industry probably for about 18 years here at Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina. Currently, I direct provider network contracting and really work with providers and hospitals on various innovations with payment modeling, and probably not as exciting as storm chasing, but I found that later on. So somehow I got into insurance and really enjoy what I do. Great team that I work with, great company. I'd moved around quite a bit throughout the finishing college and then going on working in California and then moving to South Carolina, but been here for over 20 years now, and here in 18 years in Columbia, South Carolina, in the center of the state. Married for 14 years, a little over 14 years. My wife, Melissa, she's from East Tennessee. We don't have any children. We have one cat. Live in a nice old house in the kind of a historic part of town. Very great, walking distance. Really enjoy the neighborhood. And for my exercise, I still play a little bit of tennis, but mostly focused on running. I run marathons, and just keeps me in shape. And
How many have you run?
Probably close to 15. I try to do one or two every year, and kind of had to focus on some of the bigger ones: Boston, Chicago, New York, and ones that I could get into. Although the travel has been a bit of a challenge with the pandemic, so
Yeah.
hopefully that'll be moving on, winding down eventually. We all hope so.
Have you finished all the marathons?
I have.
Awesome.
Not always some of them have been struggles, but I've gotten through all of them. So fortunately, knock on wood.
Cool. Good
So.
stuff.
That's awesome.
All right, let's move on to Billy. What are you up to these days?
Yeah, thanks, Coach, for getting this together, and it's great to meet some of the former players and current guys as well. This is great. Yeah, so I graduated in 2014. I was a 5th-year old guy too, and so I know what it feels like, Stratton, to be the old man on the team, and you're wiser, and it's a good thing. But yeah, so after graduation, I actually met my wife. At that point, she was my girlfriend in our senior year of college. Actually, yeah, senior. So my super senior year, that's when we had started dating, and we got married. We both got jobs out here in Denver, and got married in 2018. And we have a son named Cal, and he already loves to whack around a mini tennis racket and throw tennis balls all over. So I'm encouraged that he'll like this sport in the future. And but yeah, I've worked in finance ever since graduating school, and so that's been something that's been fun. I'm learning a lot in that regard, and yeah, I like to just stay active, ride my bike, lots of good trails to hike and bike out here, and doing a little bit of skiing as well. And then yeah, for tennis, I took a little bit of time off when Cal was born in March, and I started back up with a league this fall. I got 2nd place in the league, so I was really excited about that. It was
Who got
good to
first
take
now?
some time off, and yeah, I don't know, but I got my entry fee paid for, so that was good and exciting for me. But yeah, I've tried to keep up with it as much as possible. I still obviously love to play. Just finding group of people and all that is the hard thing. But yeah, that's kind of it for me.
Awesome. All right, let's move quickly over to Armando, since he's a graduate as well, even though he's still participating as a Blue Jay as an assistant coach. What are you up to right now, Armando?
I am right now in Dominican Republic right now and spending some time with my family before going back to the cold. I saw that it was like 27 degrees in Omaha yesterday. And right here, it's like 80 degrees right now in DR. So, I mean, it's going to be a huge difference from, because I'm going back on Sunday. I will be back in Omaha on Sunday. So it's going to be a huge change of weather. But, I mean, we are ready to begin the season, to start the season and try to help the guys for the best season possible. So, yeah, a lot of brackets to string, a lot of advice to give. Yeah, we're ready for the next season.
Awesome. All right, fun. And what I'm gonna do, I don't know if I change this or not, but I'm gonna start with Stratty. You can explain anything you did over the past month that you've been away from Creighton, if you want, and then you can ask Billy, Phil, maybe Armando. You probably already asked him enough questions, but any question you have for those older guys.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I guess for the past month, I've been hitting a few tennis balls. I got to go visit some family down in Florida, which is always nice. And there's a big group of us kind of go down on the West Coast, on the West side, so on the Gulf side. And so I just got to see a bunch of family and hitting some tennis balls, and getting a little bit of work in, which I can't complain about over a long break. I guess my question's probably to both Billy and Phil. Hey, Phil, I just want to let you know, for me to get 100 wins, hopefully get 100 wins, it's only taken me 5 years. So I just had to throw that out there. I guess
played more matches than you did, I think, back then. So
really,
It all evens out.
Tom, what's up with that? They get to play more matches.
Some of the years, yeah.
No, I guess my question is for both you guys, favorite Creighton tennis memory. And then I always like to hear about maybe your guys' like favorite sports team or sports memory, like as a fan or something like that.
yeah, I'll go. The spring break trips are always a lot of fun. Really, I always enjoyed getting back to, especially when we go to Florida, being from actually the west coast of Florida, as you mentioned. So, but we would play in Jacksonville and Orlando, and like to get back to the warmer weather. That was just a fun trip with all the men and women. So I think those are just in general. I think as far as sports memories, grew up watching so many teams, but I grew up, I guess, when I was a kid in New Jersey and was a Mets fan. So when they won the World Series in '86, I'll never forget that, thinking the game was over in Game 6 when they ended up winning, and then going on and winning the World Series in Game 7. But
That was Buckner, right?
yeah. They'd already tied the game when the ball went through Buckner's legs because they had the pass ball from Dave Stanley. But Buckner always is going to be remembered for the GOAT.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Billy's a Red Sox fan, right?
Right.
If I
Red
remember
Sox.
correctly, because I am too. But you weren't alive.
That's right. Well, yeah, one of my sports memories is definitely when the Sox won their first World Series in a very long time. 2003, maybe 04, 04.
I think it was 3.
Yeah,
Armando will know.
04, yeah, 04. Yeah.
04. Yeah, and then I can just talk to some of the other Creighton tennis memories. There's a lot, and I definitely got to experience more being a full 5th year too. Obviously, all good experiences. We got to play at Flushing Meadows, my super senior year for the conference tournament. That was pretty special, pretty cool to be in that environment. And although it was nothing like it is when the tournament's being played, it was still exciting, and to be able to play on those courts was exciting. And I love the spring break trips. I just remember my favorite part. I love the tennis, great tennis, but I think the best part was the March Madness was happening. I think it's like the conference tournament, usually, and we would just be all gathered around the TVs watching all the March Madness games, which I thought was a blast. And outside of practicing and matches, it was a great way to let loose a little bit and have some fun. But yeah, I mean, there's so many memories. I think I have a lot of great memories just even from the practices and in the weight room, and so many inside jokes that our teammates had with each other that I'm sure Gabe Nagy could probably tell you each inside joke that we had, but lots of fun, good jokes.
Well, yeah, no, Phil, I'm sure you're probably pretty upset in 2015 when the Royals kind of took it to the Mets.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not a
Just put it
huge
behind
Met
us.
fan anymore, but since I don't live there, but I still, yeah, I'm a casual fan, I guess. I'm not as much of a baseball fan anymore.
Yeah, and Billy, I
As a
remember.
kid, though,
Yeah, Billy, I remember that we were watching. Armando was there. I don't think Matt and Shin were there, but no, they weren't there yet. But we were watching the Big East tournament, and then when they were playing St. John's, that was the game when they stopped the game at halftime, and we had no idea what we were doing, and we're down there in a little condo in Florida. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah. I bet that was kind of one of my questions for you guys is what was that like? And what was the first moment where you guys were like, oh, like we have to stop and what's it going to look like? I know, Coach, I your emails, but what was that moment like for Coach, for you guys and the team? Was it just like everybody stop and drop your rackets and we head home, or was there so uncertainty? Yeah.
There was definitely a lot of uncertainty. Matthew and Shin were not with us yet, but because we couldn't go on spring break at all last year during their freshman year. But I had just got done coaching the women, and so they won their match, and I had 2 hours to get ready for the men's match against Boston University, and their coach texted me, or maybe he called me. I'm trying to remember. But said that they were told to get on a flight and get home, so they were done playing. And there had been a few other teams that had already done that, so we were kind of thinking that was a possibility, but we really had no idea. But Armando was there too. He can fill you in on any more of what he was thinking as a player.
Yeah, it was, for us, it was really weird because I remember we were at the condo, we were like getting ready for the match, and we received a text like, there is no match. And then I remember that same day, I was a senior at the time, and at the same day, like it was like, say 5 p.m. They lost both teams. And it was like, yeah, I think we're gonna be done for the rest of the year. And it was really a weird sensation because it was gonna be like my last season playing tennis. Like I got an extra year, but it was just a really weird sense of being done. I was okay, so tennis career is over right away. It was kind of weird, but it was really nice to have an extra year and finish my college career in a high note.
Yeah, Coach, was everybody was granted a full next year, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the Ivy League didn't play at all last year either. So
wow.
We have a guy on the team who's in grad school he lives in Colorado. Casey Ross.
Yeah, Ross, right?
Yeah. So he actually has 2 years left. He's got this year and next year. So he'll be like 35 years old.
Hey, the last thing I remember from that was COVID saved Coach Tom. He said he was going to get a tattoo if we went 8-0 in Florida that year. And we were one match away.
I thought we had a pretty tough schedule for both teams, and I said if we go 8-0, and get a tattoo because I don't have a tattoo. And we were 7-0, and the guys had to beat Boston that day, and we never
Oh my
played.
gosh. Oh shoot.
Yeah. So
That's the best
maybe
story
I'll
ever.
make another bet with them this year. We'll see.
Did they get to choose where the tattoo was?
No, that would be my choice. That would be my choice. Where and what, and neither of those decisions had been made.
Probably
Yeah.
was gonna be.
I was starting to
number
think about it
33.
though.
Number 33 in your chest.
All right, let's move. Let's go over to Shin. Shin from Japan. Do you have a question for these two older guys?
Hey, I'm from Japan. I'm Shin, and I would ask like to both of you guys, if you guys have one like regret or something throughout the college career, what would you like? What kind of advice would you give us right now?
Tough question from Shin.
That's good. That's really good. Phil, do you want to go first?
I don't know that I have any regrets. I mean, I think I really, well, I mean, you can always work harder, run faster, lift more weights, but maybe listen to coaches more.
There you go. Good stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know. I'll let you. I'll think about it. I may think of something here in a minute.
Billy?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I don't regret anything as well either, but I do think that it's such a wonderful time of life, and that you're with everybody your age, all your friends, all people that are there for the same purpose, and then being a part of a team. It's a special time in life. I don't think you get moments like this, too many moments like this after college and after school, where it's more so just soak it in, live it up, don't let any second go by that you're not really, just being in the moment and living it up really. Cause you look back on it, and again, it's going to be all good memories, and there's lots of days it's hard, and it's hard to see the purpose or the future, but I just think that it's such a special time in life that just make sure every moment is squeezed out of the the ultimate passion that you have, and again, it's a time to kind of find yourself too. It's a time to find what you want, not only within tennis but within the rest of your life too. And so just be exploratory and let yourself be yourself, and let yourself kind of be free in those 4 or 5 years, however long it takes you.
Awesome. Good stuff. How about Maddie? Maddie, you got a question?
Sure. I guess for my question, I'd ask, out of every single duel match you guys played, what individual duel match was like the one that stood out the most or was most memorable for you guys?
I'll take that one first.
I have to think about this for a sec. Okay.
The match that Tom brought up in the beginning, when we played Southern Illinois, it was a 4-3 match. I think we played really well in doubles, got the doubles point, and I remember coming down to myself and I think Satoshi to win the last 2 points, or maybe it was somebody I can't remember, but it was match point down, and I was in the third set 5-3, and I hit that drop shot. I came back and we ended up winning the match, and so that's definitely the most memorable match, I think, for me. I mean, obviously,
Me too. I don't think I remember a single shot you hit other than that one. I was the
came down to the
assistant coach at the
tiebreaker.
time.
What's that?
I was the assistant coach at the time too.
Yeah, I was like 6-5 in the tiebreaker, or 6-5 all, and it was a point back and forth, and finally we won. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. You think of anything, Billy?
And Coach, you might have to remind me. I'm trying to think of some of those Valley matches that I'm thinking of we have a conference win over Bradley in one of those conference tournaments. Can't put up off the top of my head.
I'm trying to think of any of the ones that went down to the wire with you. I remember you and JT Christian having some amazing doubles together.
Yeah.
Going to the conference
Yeah.
finals for the individual tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can't think of a specific match, but definitely those conference tournaments were always big matches and lots of pressure on. And I do remember, for some reason, remember Bradley in a big match against Bradley. But yeah, lots of good ones. Too many to count.
That's good. All right. This is weird because I just got this Zoom thing that says we have 7.5 minutes left now. Unless I upgrade to Pro, and I don't even know what that is. I've done Zooms for like hours and hours and never had anything happen. So I'm going to go with Phil. Do you have a question for these younger guys? And we'll have to make it a little bit quicker.
Sure. What made you choose Creighton over any other school?
Stratty?
Yeah, I'll go. I don't know. It seems like a long time ago that I chose Creighton. It was like 5 years ago. I knew Quinn Dipple and Aaron Chalstrom pretty well in high school, and I used to hit with Quinn all the time. And then I knew Aaron because they were buddies, and I used to see him at tournaments, and he was always kind of hanging out with some of the Iowa guys. And then they just kind of told me about their experience at Creighton. It's a great school. And so I think that's kind of just what brought me to Omaha. So pretty straightforward answer, but I think that was it.
Yeah. Shin, Maddie?
Go first or me? I'll go first then. I'd say that I was just doing research on schools, figuring out what was best for me based on the ones that I was talking to. And it was a really good fit because I liked the business school, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. And I thought it was a good fit tennis wise. And what really sold it was when I visited and met guys like Stratty and Mondo and all the guys in those teams. And, it was nice having Stratty and Mondo and Mac and all those guys come back for an extra year to get a little bit more time with them because, that was a big part of why I came. And that's, those are the guys that I met when I visited. I just had a really good time on my visit, and I thought it was a good fit just as a whole.
Cool. Shin, how'd you get us from Japan?
I don't know. Tom, you were like one of the fastest to reply that email, and I don't know. I felt like, I guess I liked it. I liked how we were having some conversation, and I looked up the school. It says it's pretty high in business school, and the basketball is pretty big, and I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. So I can pick one, but it just overall, I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He speaks a lot better English than Satoshi did, right, Phil?
Yeah.
We'll introduce Satoshi and Shin over spring break, I think, this year. All right, Billy, you got a question?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got two. They're more direct. They can be pretty quick. But number one, your favorite meal at Brandeis or the cafeteria, if it's changed its name. And number two, your favorite stroke that coach burns you on. I'm thinking of the drop volleys, the craftiness at the net, but you guys might have different ones.
I don't play anymore, Billy.
What?
Go ahead, Stratty.
Favorite meal at Brandeis, breakfast, whatever it was at breakfast. No pizza. I ate too much of the pizza. I ate too much of the other stuff for it to be good. And then probably, is it coach's best shot or the worst shot to hit to coach when you're approaching is kind of that shovel scoop forehand pass that you just never want to see. So you approach the forehand and he kind of just flicks it short angle cross court. That's the worst one.
Yeah.
Maddie and Shin won't be able to answer it because they've never hit a ball against me, I don't think.
We've hit a few, but not enough. Usually the points come after like a serve and a forehand. So
What's your favorite meal? Brandeis. Good stuff.
we don't really go to Brandeis much since Harper has been like.
Oh yeah, Billy,
Oh.
they got a place in Harper now. Harper's totally different than what you remember.
Yeah, Harper
Really?
got some good food now, but
Really? Wow.
yeah, but back when I went to Brandeis more, the brunch was definitely the better of the options. It was better for sure, but Harper has some pretty good options as a whole too. Usually their pasta dishes are pretty solid.
Nice. That's awesome.
Shin?
Favorite meal, salad. No, I'm kidding. I don't eat salad. I guess like cookies,
Nice. It's good.
chicken.
Cookies and
They're
chicken.
pretty good. And favorite shot. Wait, was it favorite shot?
Favorite shot that I beat you with, apparently.
I don't know. Second serve slap return.
That's you. That's you, not him.
Oh,
It's his shot. Because I haven't played enough points against.
No, Shin and I haven't battled. I'm too old.
Don't say that.
Mondo, what do you like to eat?
I don't remember the last time I ate a Brandeis, but I feel that oh my gosh.
Harper's a
I
lot
don't
better
know.
than Brandeis.
Yeah, it is. It is way better. Way better. But I feel like they used to do this like pasta dish. I think it was like a little bit spicy. I remember I used to get really happy when they used to do that at Brandeis.
And I can tell you whatever it is that Armando likes, he'll have 5 plates of it.
Yeah, and then Coach Stroke is the back end love. Yeah.
I can't laugh. I think we're learning that I have a very diverse game. I can do it all. Because I was a serve and volleyer. Nobody brought up that. So there it is. That's what we learned from today's show. All right, I got 1 minute left. I don't know what's going to happen to this once this goes away, but I appreciate all you guys joining us. It's great to reconnect with Billy and Phil, 2 legends of Creighton tennis, and maybe someday we'll be saying the same about these other 4 guys that are on the screen. But much appreciated. I'm going to hit pause here and we'll see how long they let us keep on. But thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate it.